Hello, everyone, and welcome. I'm Mike with DiscGolfVanLife, and here we are, the final back nine at the 32nd Annual City of Mobile Championships. This tournament was brought to you by Saraland Pharmacy. But I gotta give one last final shout out to Nathan Fontenot for making this coverage possible. Now here's Dustin and Caleb.
And welcome back. I'm Dustin Mouret, once again joined by Caleb Bryant. And Caleb, we got a spicy final nine here.
Yeah, Paul started making some moves, and now he's only 2 strokes back. It's actually getting super interesting.
Indeed it is, as Matteo is looking to win his 5th City of Mobile Championships in a row. I think this will be his 9th total, at least PDGA sanctioned. I know there were some City of Mobile Championships that weren't sanctioned, so he might even have more than that, honestly. But there you can see it. He is in the lead, 24 under Paul. 22 under, so as you said, just a couple of strokes, and it really kind of has become a 2-horse race. Clay still has an outside chance if he plays really hot and Matt and Paul slow down, but realistically, it feels like kind of a 2-horse race at this point.
Yeah, don't count my dog Clay out. He could still do something crazy on the back nine, but most likely it is just between Matt and Paul. They're both playing pretty well. As we get here to hole 10, this one's pretty basic. You want to throw just a straight mid that fades a little bit at the end. There's a Mando on the left. I told my dad, he was caddying for me. I said I was worried about the Mando, and he was like, if you miss the Mando, it's the same result either way. You're going to have to pitch out. So you just want to hit the line with something pretty straight and don't go deep. You'll have a putt.
And here's Paul Krans, and that is, I just see the stamp now, that is one of those prototype balance.
I've heard some people talking about the balance.
Yeah, I think they did the first one. It was too overstable. Then they came out with like 2 more prototypes, and this is one of those.
So, yeah, this looks great. I mean, this is maybe fading off a little bit. Yeah, that's the issue. You get the skip, but he's still right there for a pretty routine putt, 25 feet, 30 feet.
A little bit of a tester for birdie, but good shot nonetheless. It is you, Matt. Go ahead. You have my permission from the future to throw this shot.
I think we all know what he's throwing at this point.
Yeah, it's I believe it's a palm or a oak. It's a pine.
You're getting there.
Yeah.
This looks great. A little bit. Actually, that's not great. I thought he pushed it far enough, and he did not.
Again, a lot of tightly packed ground on this course, so a lot of ground action is possible. This is
do 8 there than go two straight.
Yeah, so a little 7-speed here from Hudson. That's got to chill.
Yep. Throwing the fast disc here is scary because it just wants to keep moving on that ground. Like you were saying, it's super hard.
And last time Clay threw like a down tempo, like flex with the style, and I think he's doing the same thing here.
I like the shot shape for it. I like the ground action for it. And he's pulled this a little bit wide. It needs to fade before those woods, and he did. That's actually perfect.
Very well done.
So, yeah, Matt's going to have some issues that it's just so tough when you get down in there. Great putt. He's a great putter. I've noticed around. He is an outstanding putter.
That's definitely, I would say that's his biggest strength.
He's back to even. Here's Paul for the long birdie look.
Chance to gain a stroke.
Needs it. Ah.
He wanted it.
Yeah. I'd rather you do that than hit cage.
Same.
Great.
I hate hitting cage. It's the worst feeling in the world.
Yeah, it just feels like he never had a chance. Yeah, I say he needs it. He's only 2 back, so, there's plenty of time, but you want it.
You also got a kind of treacherous par 3 coming up here next, so things are potentially going to get interesting.
Truth. Hole 11, 400-foot par 3 over the water. It's about 370 to cross over on the right side. None of these guys want to cross there. They want to cross over close to the basket. You want the birdie here. We used to play it as a par 4 about 60 feet back. It's boring. This is a great change. I like the par 3 here. It makes pretty much everybody in the MPO field go for it.
Yep.
I'm excited to see what these guys can do here. You want to throw just an overstable driver and don't
So
want
this
to
is a
pull it off.
low strike from Hudson, and that's just not stable enough.
That needs okay. Got over though, so he's probably got an easy par.
Look at our resident spotter over there.
I love the spotter. That was a great addition on the last day. I like seeing him out there.
Yeah. I like this line.
Yeah, just a little bit straight. It needs to skip. Great. Yeah, it didn't go in the woods. And that's what I was scared of for a second. So I was going to go deeper in the woods. So he does have a putt. It's kind of a deathy long putt. But
It's tricky because like you want to make sure you clear the water, but you obviously have to get left and not push that wood line. So it's it makes you think.
right, like if you go deep in the woods, it's kind of a tough par. Like you can struggle to get back out. And that's fine. Yeah, that's a good putt. It's a death putt, but he's right there.
Yeah, on the fringe is like kind of the compromise. Raider
I mean,
here
it's
from
like a very
Eddie.
common place for everybody to be. It's kind of right in the edge of the woods.
Now that I think is a better angle.
See, this to me looks perfect.
Yeah,
And
too good.
yep, it's so common for everybody just to push it deep, scared to short it. I mean, it's very common. He left himself more than he wanted, but he should be fine.
Yeah, it's like a little bit of a misfire there.
There you go, Matt. Great putt. Good two also. This is a difficult hole to two.
And that puts a little pressure on Paul, who's kind of putting from the fringe with the kind of more of a death putt angle as well.
Yeah, he's right there. Did it sit? Okay, it sat at least. If he missed the basket, he actually not only went OB, but lost his putter. That water is not clear. Here's Clay for the long look. Kind of an uncomfortable angle, too. Good
Great
putt.
putt, though. Yeah, that's really well done.
Yeah, Clay has a more soft putt than Paul, so I feel like he has a little bit less pressure. Paul has a very direct putt, so if he misses, it's water.
Oh, no.
Yeah, he left that short, and I think he ended up thinking about it too much. It's a putt he should make. He's a good putter.
He is a good putter. Just a little too much steam on that one. Again, putter check-in if you didn't watch the front nine. Matteo putts with Judges. Paul with the Pixels. Clay with the Rico. And Hudson is putting PA3s as he's open bag.
If you haven't watched the front nine, what are you doing?
Yeah, what are you doing? It's a great front nine.
Outstanding. This is a great round going on right now, and you need to see how it starts.
There was also a huge fight. You got to watch it, man. It was on like hole 6.
Happened on hole 8, but you have to watch hole 1 to get there.
Yep.
Hole 12 is a pretty short 241-foot par 3. You want to throw a putter up the right side. I've seen some people go up the left side. I even saw some forehands this year, which was weird and new for me. It doesn't really matter. Throw something that doesn't fade left to right, and you should be in the circle. The putt can kind of get deathy-ish, but you want to just get yourself in the circle, make the putt, move on.
And it's bird time for Clay.
If there was
Finally
a
done
third
it.
hole, it is this hole.
Great shot.
That's kind of where you want to be, so you don't really have the death putt from there. But I
It's
guess
one of the more picturesque holes on the course to me, like the turtleback green.
this is the most common play is the flex shot. Go in. Oh. The ace run to still being edge of bullseye is awesome.
Best of both worlds. That was a harp from Matteo. I imagine envy or something like that here from Paul. Maybe it's his proxy.
I didn't see the end there, but I'm assuming it hit that tree. It was kind of going right towards it.
This is envy from Hudson.
Yeah, that tree is what makes the hole difficult. If that tree wasn't there, it would be too easy of a hole. And this is the death
Dear.
that needs to sit. It could easily roll to 25, 30 from there, and you don't want that.
Could even roll to the next fairway.
Yeah. And from there, you have nothing. Okay, so they both rolled, but they're not too far.
No.
Good cleanup there for Hudson.
Yep. So Matt should gain another one here on Paul and put him back to that 4-stroke lead he kind of started with.
Yeah, Paul needs to make sure he hits this putt to not let Matt run away with it. Yeah, that was a good hit. You don't want to lose 2 on this hole.
Yeah.
So he is
There's some tougher holes coming up soon, so there's still a chance for Paul, but it's starting to the window's starting to close.
Yeah, things could still happen. I mean, there are some holes where 2-3-stroke swings are not that uncommon. So he just needs to stay focused.
It basically comes down at this point now to like 14, 15, 16, 18.
Wow.
Oh, no. It might come down to this one, Matt, with a rare miss.
That's huge. That is really big. That keeps them within 3, which is a lot more doable.
You just don't see Matt usually miss ones from that close.
You don't.
That is wild.
There you go, Clay. And that ties Clay up with Paul, so he's back in the conversation.
He is. You're right. He has put himself within 3.
Hey, I said don't count my boy out. He's right back. All right, hole 13, 278 feet. I feel like I get surprised all the time. It's a sidearm hole. You want to miss that stuff right there on your left, fade off, and you should be in the circle. It's a pretty simple hole. This and the last hole are back-to-back pretty easy holes before we get to the longer ending stretch of the course. You just want to throw something, get yourself in the circle, get yourself a putt here.
Yeah, it's just like kind of your last easy hole besides maybe 16.
Yeah, the Admiral always has some random easy hole sprinkled throughout the course, but there's stretches of hard. This is not what you want to do.
Yeah,
that's what a lot of people end up doing, is pulling it because they don't want to go early right.
Mm-hmm.
Common mistake.
Prince here for Matteo.
This is pure.
In the hole.
Wow. Yeah. Great little rollout, too. So Paul needs to make this happen.
Yeah. Maybe fireball or something in hand here. I guess.
I would guess. Overstable 9 speed. Needs to miss that stuff. Yeah, he got a little lucky getting through, but
If people are wondering, that's actually Betty, local legend, FPO player.
That was unlucky to hit that tree. You don't really see people hit that tree very often. And if you're wondering, Clay is not OB. This is casual.
Yeah.
Yep, he's fine. It's a bird. Long look for Hudson, but he's known to give these a run. That's a little too much hyzer, though. Needs to sit.
A little tester for par, but usually good for it.
I'm not going to say must make, but he needs to give this a yes. That's great. You need to keep up with Matt here.
Again, Betty a legend.
Matt for the birdie, and he's back.
I'll just let her do the commentary. I think she's nailing it right now.
From here on out, Betty will be finishing commentary. We will be stepping away from the...
Yeah. I actually want to give Betty a shout out. I hope she won't mind me sharing this. But she's actually in the process of beating cancer and competing at the same time. And it is remarkable to me how strong she has been. And I just wanted to show her some love. Yeah.
That was a good putt from Hudson. And, sorry, go ahead. How do you want to...
No, I'm done. We're good.
There you go, Clay. That was scary for like half a second. So 2 birdies, 2 pars. This one you kind of want to get, but it's good that Paul got it, trying to keep up with Matt here. Here's a hole where a 3-stroke swing could happen pretty easily. Hole 14. You want to throw anything that goes right slightly. So a straighter forehand or a slight turnover backhand. There's kind of just really one fairway, honestly, here. It's easy to throw almost a good shot and end up with no birdie chance. So if Matt was to throw a perfect shot and Paul throws an almost perfect shot, Matt could get another stroke, or vice versa. So we need Matt to to keep pushing if he wants to extend the lead. It's easy to, like I said, have a weird shot here, and here's Matt going pretty good. He's going to be pinched, though.
Yeah, that was just kind of a panning turnover with the flow. That's kind of what you see. Is it kind of like a little force over with the backhand that pans out, or this forehand play?
Yeah, I like the sidearm. I think he's pushed this too deep, though. That needs to kind of get lucky through some stuff, and yeah, that's going to be really tough to get up and down. But so is Matt.
That's the thing. Like, even good shots in this hole are tough because you could still just wind up kind of in a minefield of trees in the middle of the fairway.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to explain, but I did a poor job at it. It is, you can throw a good shot and have almost nothing. That right there will have something, though. That's where
that's
you
the
really
right lane.
But 10 feet further either way, and it's not.
There's kind of two main lanes. The one that he was landing in, and if you push it too straight, there is technically a left lane.
Yeah, I was gonna mention that, and then I was like, yeah, kind of. It's tough. You can't turn it over here. He's lucky to have got out. He could, I guess, make some sort of insane shot happen, but he's pretty far from the basket.
He's basically at the white tee, so there's kind of a flex forehand line available here, but it's a tough shot.
That's low out of his hand. I couldn't tell if it sat.
Yeah, not sure. We'll see.
Here's Clay. Yeah, he's even a little farther than you want to be, but it's fine. That needs to. That's early.
He just didn't put any on it.
Yeah.
You could tell what his game plan was, and he just didn't put it on the angle. And actually, Paul has a good line here.
More than I thought. Yeah.
That looks great.
I think that needs to push a little bit. Yeah, he's a bit short, but it's a good shot.
This is one of those holes where par still feels fine, but he's getting himself a good birdie look.
If this just doesn't fade, it's good. Yeah, that's fine. He's 25 feet, so.
And that is his new Swan Reborn Tour Series from this year, so check that out.
He definitely has some turn to it.
It is understable throwing putter, yeah.
That needs to get lucky. Yeah, he hit something at the end. He's got a long look for par, but
This is one of the harder holes on the course, so.
I have no idea what he saw there, but it worked.
Power of the Berg, man.
Power of the Berg.
Now you can tell he's trying to get these runs, and he's just having trouble kind of get the right feel for it.
He wanted that one.
Chance to gain a stroke here.
18 feet.
I'm going to go with 16.2.
I'll go 17.8.
I think I'm closer. We'll never know, though.
We'll never know, but we do know he...
You know what? I will go out there at my rangefinder today, and I'll stand right there, and I'll laser it and tell you.
Yeah, leave a comment down there. Let me know that I was wrong.
I'm just definitely not going out there today. The weather's terrible in the south right now while we're recording this, actually.
It is. I'm in Alabama still, and it is definitely not good.
Agreed. Not too shabby to say bogey, considering what tee shot Hudson had there.
No, but you definitely don't want the bogey here, as he's not played his best. I think there's some nerves for sure.
Oh, of course.
And you can't blame him. There's our spotter. All right, we are at hole 15. This is a difficult par 4. If you throw your drive either up this right side or the left side, you want to land right about here. If you're there, you throw a sidearm or a turnover backhand up this left side most of the time. Try to give yourself a look for birdie. If you throw the drive well, it's not a super hard birdie to get, but the drive is everything. If you can throw your drive decent here, you're not, most of the time, going to mess up and get worse than par.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Matteo going pine here off the tee, just trying to play that right lane and fade left.
Yep, if that fades, it's good. Yep, that's great.
Perfect.
That's perfect. Yeah, if you can land there every time, I'd take it.
Deal.
Here's the line that I tend to take.
Yeah, let you keep your eye on the gap the whole time.
Just needs to settle. Easy
That's
to get
the one risk with that.
Yeah, I like the mid-range sidearm here. I don't like the driver because of that. Play with the classic, looking like he's going up the right side, throw to the left.
Yeah, he definitely has an interesting stance for his forehand.
Both him and Paul threw good shots. They're just skipping.
Yeah.
Maybe Hudson will make the correction.
Yes, sir.
Nope.
That was a good shot.
That's going to be an interesting lie.
Yeah, you heard him say all the phantom trees. That it was a tree I could not see for sure. He's right there.
Not much you could do from there, really.
You can get up and down from over there. I mean, it's a pretty short hole, so I know Matt's what's he throwing here, a harp?
Yes.
So not a super long par four, it's just tight.
That's a great shot.
At this point, it's you got to start thinking if you're Paul, like I got to start throwing things in, and Matt's still making better shots. Paul's not making bad shots. Matt's still just making better ones.
Yeah, I mean, it's about to be 5 strokes of separation, unless he
At least
somehow makes that. And I think that's probably game.
Yeah, and that's even from where Paul's at, it's a difficult upshot. There's nothing through those trees unless you just get lucky, and it's kind of hard to step out and throw to the basket.
I will say there are traps out there on 17 and 18 that you could have run into, and it could blow your score up, but Matt has a comfortable lead.
That's a great shot from Clay. And yeah, for sure, what you're saying is true if it was anybody but Matt.
Yeah. Yeah. City of Matty O championships here.
That was a good shot there from Hudson. And so, actually, I was wrong here. Paul got way closer than I thought. I thought he was at the back of these trees, but he actually does have a look.
Yeah, so he'll get par, but that's still a 5-stroke lead with 3 holes to play, so going to be tough now.
Yeah, you're going to have to start birdieing and also hoping that Matt doesn't.
And we got basically 1 easy hole left, which is the next hole. So you got to birdie that one.
Yeah, that's a must get, and then 17 and 18 are also must gets, and you have to start thinking maybe even eagle on 18.
Yeah. And you also have to hope that Matt messes up is the other thing. Like, the fate is not in your own hands. Even if you birdie out, Matt still just wins.
And you still need a bogey.
Yep.
Here's Hudson to save the par. It's a good par save for him.
Considering where he was off the tee, yeah, I think par is a great number to have.
Yeah, it was difficult from where he was at. And we do still have a second place battle here going. I mean, Clay is right there behind Paul.
Also worth noting, second place is very important. There's a USDGC spot up for grabs.
Yep. Hole 16, super simple hole. There's not really anything off the tee you got to think about. The stuff right there on the right gets hit a lot. It's easy to kind of turn your putter over and hit those, or it's also easy to fade out early. If you just hit the gap with something straight, you should have a look, regardless of what you do at the end. But yeah, right here, pretty simple hole before you get to 17 and 18.
Yeah, just a kind of a straight putter shot for most people. That's what Matt's going to be doing here.
Perfect.
Just needs it to stop turning. Or slide through. That works too.
Yeah, it did turn more than I thought, but that was great. Even if it hit that tree, he was like 25 feet.
You're basically playing shuffleboard as well right there, just with the ground's very slick.
Yeah, I think he might be thinking ace through. He got through. That's a great shot.
That's a good shot, yeah. Couple birdie putts for sure.
And yeah, you were saying the 2 USDGC spots. There's also the 2 MCO spots. So, I mean, I know Matt and maybe Paul even have a tour card. I'm assuming Clay does, but some of these guys that don't, that's a good spot to get. Well, Clay came up a little short there, not his best effort. A little early release there from Hudson.
Yeah, Hudson said that it slipped out of his hand. It was a proxy. He sent me a list and made a note of that, so it happens.
Long look here. This would be insane, and it was a pretty good run.
That was, yeah. PA5 is what he uses for those really long bids, and almost running one up there. Long birdie putt here.
Man, I thought he hit that. There you go. Great birdie. Mainly just to not lose another stroke.
And I think that's the big thing we got to start hitting now is, Matteo seems like he's going to go ahead and then finish this one off, win his 5th in a row. But that race for second for that USDT spot is now really the big storyline, I feel like, on these next couple of holes between Clay and Paul Krans.
Right, and there's a lot that can happen on 17 and 18. I mean, 2-stroke swings are possible on both, especially 18. Maybe even 3-4-stroke swings. I mean, those holes can get kind of crazy.
Absolutely. And they are the classic, Haupt finish, par 4, par 5, both tricky.
Good par save there from Hudson. I know it's a hole you want to birdie, but...
Yeah, Hudson's fighting the cash right now. I mean, he came in on the lead card, and he's like right next to the cash line, I believe. So he kind of has his own thing he's fighting for right now.
Yeah, there wasn't a ton of people in the field this year. So, I mean, it was very... The cash line wasn't...
It was 19th
Cash,
place.
yeah. Hole 17, there are 2 lines. Most people don't take the right side line. I think you had said that it's got a little more grown up over the years. I see most everybody take the left side line. And then these little grouping of trees we just went by is what you have to miss on your second shot. If you pure 2 shots, it's not the hardest birdie in the world, but it's so easy to almost pure the shots and end up with a bogey or worse. So
even great tee shots can have a very tricky approach, and we'll explain why once we get up the fairway. As Matteo's going float here up that right-hand side. Yeah. That's kind of an old school play, and even though that side's grown in a little bit more, you still see kind of players who have played here a lot still take that route.
Yeah, back in the day, that's what everybody took when I first started playing the Admiral, and now it seems like everybody takes the left side.
It's a lot tighter than it used to be, for sure. So yeah, left side's more popular.
And here's the line we're talking about right here. That needs to get past those 2, and yep, great second kick though.
Yeah, the second kick was much needed there. If you go into that left side stuff, you're taking a bogey at minimum.
Yeah, bogey at best for sure. That was an early release there from Clay. That's going to be tough. He's going to most likely have to pitch out. He looks like he's lining up the right side. Yep.
Yep, Heiser's Zeus shot here.
That's okay. It's not exactly what he wanted, but the kick wasn't bad. Here's Clay. He had a little more than I thought. Looks like he's going forehand roller, and that is not going in the right direction.
No, I don't even know what he's going to do over there, bro. I don't think I've ever seen someone over there.
It's going to have to be a pitch.
I think there is a hallway there, actually. But it's at such an awkward angle, I can't see him making crazy progress from there.
Yeah, and... Okay, Paul got fooled. He turned over, and he's getting... Okay. That was...
Were those trees a hologram?
Right. Like, it looked like he went through them.
That's insane. I mean, they are mostly made of air, I think.
I've heard
the joke. Yeah, it's kind of a running gag. And here's that horizontal line of trees we were talking about. Like, it's tough.
Yeah, he threw...
That's exactly why.
If he wasn't there, that shot's great. It's just, you kind of have to just hit the gap. I mean, it's not one of those you kind of get...
It's a tough gap to hit.
There's a few trees right there that are just right in your way.
Yeah, very small gap. But Matt made so much forward progress that it made it easier for him here.
Right. That's a great shot. He doesn't have to do anything special at this point. Just don't mess up. Here's Hudson trying to save his par. This looks a little high out of his hand.
It's kind of stalled at nose up, but he had the right idea.
Yeah.
Got long cut at it.
The idea was...
And here's Clay.
He does... I don't know what... I don't think this is what he wanted.
You don't say.
This is tough. There's just not much from over here. He's... Okay.
Deal.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you could complain that it rolled a little bit, but that was tough. I mean, that was not ideal. Here's Paul for the long look. That was a great run.
Definitely on the right line, just a touch high.
So it's looking like Paul's going to take a stroke on Clay here unless Clay makes something big happen right here.
Yep, huge for Paul because that kind of locks in the USCGD spot unless there's a crazy swing on 18.
Which can happen. Again, it's very possible on 18.
Absolutely. 18, very tough. Par 5.
Here's Hudson for the bogey, I think.
What a putt.
It was a great putt.
10-10 disc, hit your man up with a bonus. He's out here looking great.
Yeah, and he's represented 10-10 very well, making lead car on just his 4th ever pro event, I think is what you said.
Yep.
Here's Matteo for the birdie, just trying to make everybody's feelings get hurt a little bit. And that puts him at 30 down for the event.
Yeah, it's done. He's
your
champion at this point. I mean, he can just play pitch and putt at this point on 18 and still walk away with it.
I think he could win it if he threw his mini down 18.
Yeah.
I think I'll say that.
I just don't see him blowing up enough to where Paul can catch up at this point. I mean, we got to be realistic here.
Here's Clay for the bogey.
That was brutal, man. That was, barely left.
Yeah, it was high left. It wasn't the best putt, but it could have definitely stuck. And that's a double for Clay. So yeah, that definitely, I think, locks in the USDGC spot for Paul. 18, really tough finishing hole. You're going up the fairway right here. You're just going to have to miss these trees. There's not too much more explaining to do on that. You want to hit the gap off the tee, hit the gap on your second shot, which should leave you right around in here. Pitch up, take your birdie, ideally. It is very easy to hit a tree and end up double bogeying when you feel like you didn't throw the shot that bad.
You just want to hit this first gap. That's if you do that, mission almost complete.
It is very easy to hit this first.
Let me tell you what, that center pine right there has seen some action.
Yep.
But not for Matt today.
Paul had to have Matt hit that tree and go OB. That was that's the only other option that could happen.
Yeah, he's fine.
Yeah, so that was a great shot for Matt. Here's Paul. He just needs to make sure he doesn't give up a lot of random strokes to Clay. And he's hit the line. Kind of unlucky.
Might as well book the USDGC ticket with that drive, I feel like.
Right side. I don't see that very often. Flipped a little bit, but great kick out.
That was actually me in the bushes. I pushed it out for him.
Yeah, I'm sure he appreciates it. I would.
Yeah.
This looks great. That's
unfortunately a wee bit too late, but still a nice way to finish. He's going to finish probably in the on the podium and get some good cash out of this.
Here's Hudson trying to get down the fairway. That needs to push. I think it's going early. And it is right on the edge. He still should be able to save his par, but birdie's going to be difficult.
Tricky footing here for Paul, but he's still so well lined up with this gap that he should be fine.
Where's Matt Gibbons when you need him?
Just out there. Keeping our pine straw safe.
A little bit early for Paul. Again, should be able to save par, but it's going to be tough to birdie. Here's Matt in ideal position.
This is a very ideal hyzer angle, but he's not even going to mess around. He's doing the veteran move here.
Just jump putting?
I will say I think he could have at least done a little toss. I don't know that jump putting was necessary, but
he has a 6-stroke lead.
Yeah,
throw the shot. But it was.
I get it. Don't blast it, but at least throw the disc.
Here's another forehand roller for Clay, and that's fine. You can get up and down from there. He got around the corner, so he's okay. And so yeah, here's where Hudson is. It's so far left from here. It's almost impossible without a side roller, and he's not even attempting anything like that. It needs to settle.
He's playing some hard golf now. All right, now Matt's gonna throw a disc. Okay.
Is he still gonna birdie the hole?
No.
Very easy up and down from where he's at, though. It's like 200 feet at most.
He's going to lay that one up and tap in the championship is what he's going to do.
Here's Paul trying to make some magic happen, though he doesn't really need to.
Yeah, again, 4 strokes of cushion for second in that USDGC spot. So despite the fact that shot didn't go great, he's still sitting just fine.
Bad little tree. Here's Paul. He can get up and down from right here.
Yeah.
It's a little difficult. You got to go pretty far left. Yeah, he's trying to hug him too much. It's a very common mistake there. But again, like you're saying, he's got 4 strokes. It should be fine. Nothing's changing here except his rating. Good shot there from Clay. A little short. He needed some flex, but...
I mean, this is a Matt shot if I've ever seen one. Just a nice floaty putter up shot to finish the job.
And he has that to win the City of Mobile Championships.
5 in a row.
He's pretty good at Frisbee, man.
He does seem to throw the disc quite well.
Good
Been
shot.
doing it since 2005. That was his first podium finish at Worlds that many years ago.
Good bid there from Hudson. It's been a rough round for him, but first round on feature card, lead card, first round with a gallery. You know, it's tough out here.
Yeah, now they're kind of just talking that way they can give Matt the chance to kind of do the final tap in at the end. Out of respect for the champion.
Yep, I think the TD knows exactly what to say on this next thing. He's done it.
Also, I do want to give a shout out to Hudson. Did still wind up cashing this event. So despite kind of a brutal round, I think he still probably hit his goal, which is cashing. And he got to be on the lead card for the final round. So really cool story for Hudson.
Yeah, this is a good experience, too.
Yep. Also, Paul with the bogey, still getting that USDGC spot at second place. So big for him as well.
And here you go. 32nd City Mobile Championship winner, Matteo. Not too shocked with that, but you always want to see the good battle.
5-time defending champion. Y'all give it up for the 32nd annual City of Mobile Championship, presented by Saraland Pharmacy. Champion! Thank everybody from Mobile, all y'all for coming out and watching. Y'all bring off the hype and the support. That's awesome. And everybody that helped run the tournament, thank y'all. It's a good tradition having the A-tier here in Mobile. West Side, OTB, get that big country beef jerky. Frodo, Natalie, and bringing this back to the Suma, baby.
Mattio's such a character. 5 in a row. I think that's his 9th sanctioned City Mobile Championship win. Paul Krans will take second. He'll take that next USCGC spot. And you see the board there filled with a lot of familiar faces. And so that was a fun tournament. Again, I'm Dustin Mouret. If you enjoyed the commentary, give me a follow at Follow Dust on X and Instagram, and Dustin Disc Golf on YouTube. Where can they find you, Caleb?
At Caleb Bryant DG on Instagram. Yeah, I enjoy being out here, man.
Great tournament indeed. Catch you on the next one.